Good morning. It's not the brightest of days for the beach, but that's where I'm heading. Old Leigh, along Southend seafront to look at Peter Pan's, and then on Shoeburyness to go find the sheep. And then I might actually finally get to see the old relics at Battlesbridge today too, but we'll see where the day takes us. I'm going to bring my power bank with me this morning to keep my phone charged up until I can sort out my frunk and what's the matter with my chargers on board. While this is playing, then please remember to hit that subscribe button. If you like this vlog, then give it a thumbs up and share it with your mates. Thank you. Just now leaving Chelmsford, and over there is the Chelmsford County School for Girls. Very nice building. Now, you're probably not going to believe this, but I've changed my route already. I'm going to do it the other way round. I'm going to go to the old relics first at Battlesbridge, then heading to Shoebury and riding east to west along to Old Leigh, because that way it means I have the coast and the seafront on my left-hand side, and I am closer to the water. I don't have a road in between me, so hopefully it will not be pouring with rain this afternoon. Now just coming to Battlesbridge, I thought that lorry was going to get sunk underneath the bridge. There have been many over the years. I have one very cold hand and one very hot hand because my grips aren't working very well, my heated ones, but never mind. I'll just quickly ride up this bit so you can see what's here. But I'm going to go down to the main one. Profuse apologies for those of you that have been waiting this old relic to get to the old relics. Headaches, weather and anxiety have hampered my visit, but I am now finally here. They do have a bike meet here. I think it's on a Tuesday night or maybe a Wednesday. I really should check my facts before I do this sort of thing, shouldn't I? But I'll find out and I'll write it on. This is where the bike night is, up here. People tend to sort of hang out at this little one green bottle place and park all the bikes up here. This is the one Andy and I used to like, and I am going to come in here, but do you know what? Having ridden round those other little bits, I might have a little wander over there as well. The bargain pub there, and the Hawk was back before we got to the main drag. Tea rooms on the top floor with spectacular views apparently, and open every day except Christmas Day and Boxing Day. I'm not sure about lifts and things, but we're going to check them out. No lifts, but nice wide solid stairs with handrails. I used to have a really old Globe, but mine actually had USSR on it. I love these sorts of things. It reminds me back to our childhood when actually we'd make things. Go-karts. My dad would make a go-kart. Just make things out of bits of wood, cobble old bikes together to make a new one. My Andy even did it with motorbikes apparently. And then we'll just pick up any old number plate off the pile. I didn't know that about him until his funeral. Look at these collectors. These weren't part of the original Dinky collection, but they were all made from photos of original army vehicles. I'm sure I would have had many of these as a kid. Not the new modern looking ones, obviously, but all the old ones. Because I was a right tomboy, in case you hadn't realised. My mum was so happy when she had a gal, so she could put her in nice dresses and do all her hair. She got me, who liked cowboys and Indians and cops and robbers and getting dirty with rifles and mud and all sorts. Oh, I loved Barry Sheen. Famous TT riders up there. Lots of bike memorabilia and scooters. Oh, and me, look. Hi. Do you remember when these were being pubs and actually full to overflowing? Yuck, yuck, yuck. Chin chin. I am only on the second floor and there are 2 more floors, but I just can't do it because they're quite steep now, the stairs. So I'm going to head out and see some of the other places. These are what you have to master. It's going to take my time, step by step. Just going to have a little look at the Bones Lane area. Oh, I love it in here. And I do love a little bit of Bernie Boop. There is a lot here, but what I am going to do is I'm going to head back over to One Green Bottle because I cannot find anywhere online when the bike night is. I can find the classic motorcycle show in June and the auto jumble, but I cannot find the bike night. So I'm going to go and ask him there. Hey, hey, I love this. Not what I expected to see. What fun. Battlesbridge Motorbike Museum is open most Sundays. £1. Wow. I'll have to come back here on a Sunday then. It's fabulous around this bit. I'm gonna have a good old rummage. Remember how back in the day you used to go to scrap yards and all the cars used to be piled up and you climb on top of them and under them to get the bits you wanted? Health and safety. No, no, no nowadays. Spoil all the fun. Okay, so bike nights are on a Tuesday night, classic cars on a Wednesday night from about 5:30. Obviously a bit too early in the season yet, it's about March, April time, but it is weather dependent. But if you look on the One Green Bottle Facebook page, then very often they post on there when people are coming out. And if you see, it's kind of people tend to just drift in. So there you go. One Green Bottle, Tuesday night, bike night, when the weather gets a little bit better. Unless you're mad like me, of course, you just come out in any other weather. I'm sure I'm in a different world half the time anyway. My very good friends used to say to me, nice girl, wrong planet. Honestly, that's confused me. I thought I'd come out a different door and now I'm lost. Not a Scooby. But these look fun. Photo time. Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely cream-crackered now. Let's get back across the road, get on my bike. Luckily, just riding for the rest of the day now. Now in Rochford, and just coming up to the roundabout with the Anne Boleyn pub, and Southend Airport is over that away. I did a great little vlog here last week about Rochford, Canuden and Ashington and its history with the Anglo-Saxons, Anne Boleyn or the Boleyn family and the Vikings, and I will put the link to that in the description. I'm here at Shoeburyness. This is where my little coastal run's gonna start for Laurie. Mostly behind me in this area is MOD. I'm gonna jump back on the bike and start doing a little cruise along through there and see if I can find the sheep, the conservation sheep. We're here at East Beach. I can't see the conservation sheep, but only I couldn't find a whole flock of sheep on the seafront, eating the grass and protecting the shoreline. Good old traditional British beach hut. It's very, very parky down here. This is the posher end of Southend. Thorpeness and Shoeburyness. And I just discovered today, with formal signs that are saying, welcome to the city of Southend-on-Sea. When did it become a city? So if you can see, that is the pier going out there. One of the longest piers in the world, just over 1 mile long. It does have a train that you can take to the end, to get to the end. Very happy memories of my childhood there, and a couple of months before Andy died as well. We went about 2 years ago, just before my birthday. We went up there, we went up on the train, had some fun at the end of the pier. We're now coming into Southend. See the Ferris wheel up there of Peter Pan, as it used to be called when I was a teen. This might be, yeah, Sea Life Centre here. And we're just coming up to the roundabout that we used to call the Kursal. See that little dome over there? Used to be a great fun fair. Rickety old roller coaster called the Mouse, I think. I think they built mostly apartments through there. There it is, the Kursal. Smiling, I'm smiling. Oh, such happy memories. Of course, Southend is just a train ride away. I'm Shoeburyness from London, so this was the East End of Londoners' beach holiday destination of choice. I say blessed. I mean, Southend isn't the best, but I'm blessed to have grown up by the seaside and the beach and in the countryside, because people from cities can go years and years and years without seeing a beach or a cow. You don't kind of contemplate that till you get older. There's a cruise night down here as well. I mean, to go up and down between the roundabouts, but I'm sure they probably put stop to that. So this is the pier along here, and that's Pier Hill. You used to go roller skating up there, and right at the top is the palace, and I stood up there and watched the pier burn down on one of the many occasions it has caught fire. So Venture Island, this bit is the original Peter Pan, and they've still got the crooked house there. The old cliff lift up there. I love that they've got palm trees here that try and make it look a bit exotic. I don't know how they actually survive this cold wind off of the North Sea. Big casino here on the left. And then up on the right, up there on the hill, is the Cliff Pavilion. It's probably the main theatre in Southend. Rossi's ice cream. So Rossi's ice cream comes from here, from Southend on Sea, where it was all invented, if it was invented. I suppose the recipe was, wasn't it? That's very pretty. I used to work there. I'm going to head through Chalkwell and onto my favourite, which is Old Leigh. This is Chalkwell Station. Yeah. That road there, I used to push my nan up that. We used to get the bus at the top of the hill and walk through Churchill Gardens, and then down across here and into Leigh. I'd love to do that one day, just go get off at the church, come through Churchill Gardens.
This is Old Leigh here. We're going to go round and into it over that bridge there, over the railway track. When the tide goes out, it goes right out. And memories, I'm sure many of you do, of wading out in the mud. No point wearing weddies, because you just lose them all. And this is the old cockle sheds, the Leigh cockle sheds. Thank you. The Peter Boat, another famous pub. The Old Leigh Studios Gallery. Andy and I had tea in there, and they've got an old train carriage. The original train carriage that went up the pier. I used to come here with my nan. She used to bring a chicken leg, and we used to have French fry crisps. And it was before the days of wet wipes, so she always had a wet flannel in a plastic bag to wipe her hands. The old smack. Also came here with my mum and that as well. And here, it's still here, it's like a chippy, and ice cream. So we used to come off the beach and get our ice cream and chips. And here we are, at Old Leigh Beach. Huge grin. Happy days. Too cold today. It's a little bit warmer. I might have taken my shoes and socks off, or my boots, should I say. Not today. Now, also when Andy and I were here last, there was a little museum somewhere along here that told you the history of Leigh. And it was very interesting and well worth a visit. It's here in the Heritage Centre. Can thoroughly recommend it. Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, apart from the speed bumps that I ground out on, should have stood up. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed your little trip along the city of Southend on seafront. Tomorrow I will be heading to Norfolk to pick up my car and go and see Hairspray at the Theatre Royal in Norwich. And on Saturday I'm picking my friend Julia up from Rayleigh with her suitcases because she's made from Australia. So I'm going to take a couple of days off, but I will be back next week around and about in Essex with Julia, and then we will culminate next weekend with the Orvic Festival in New York. Very, very exciting. Might even have to dress up as a Viking. So yeah, and if you'd like to see the things that Julia and I got up to in Australia and Bali, then just scroll back a year and you can see it all there. Until then, ta-ta for now.